Crimson. Hey, you are. Sniff the crimson. And he does. Yes, he does. Little R. Oh, by the way, good morning. Welcome back to the Voodoo Garden. Tiny R. You know Tiny R. I think you can see him on camera. Come on over here. There you go. Say hi to the nice folks. They love you. Everybody loves you. Yeah, you know that. Yes, you do. But little R, I didn't post it on a program. I posted it on my Facebook. For those of you who are watching that, go to my Facebook page. I posted a few days ago. Little R was feeling kind of low. Rascal has an issue with his back, and this is something I haven't mentioned. He has disc or spine issues or muscle issues. What happens is every now and then his discs are a little out of whack, or he tightens up his muscle, which hurts the discs on his back. What'll happen after that is he hunches over like a turtle, and he kind of walks weird with his head down, and he winces, and he can't jump. He's not interested in anything. Took him to the doctor. The doctor examined him. This is an ongoing thing. Rascal is just an old man, and as old men, we have aches and pains and creaks and squeaks. We don't really question what they are anymore. We just kind of patch the holes in the dam and just hope everything is okay. Rascal got his shot, and it was a steroid injection. Yeah, and he feels a lot better now. His back is feeling a lot better. He's been running around and enjoying his life. Yeah, he's back to normal. And it makes me feel so much better when he's feeling better. We're connected like that. I have something very special for you today. Yes, I do. I have Crimson, planted on January 9th of 2020. And I have Icicle, planted on January 9th of 2020. That makes them, as of the day of this filming, I'm filming this way like a week before you're seeing it, but that makes them less than a month old. Less than a month old, and I need to show you something because these absolutely cannot wait. This as well cannot wait because I'm going to be harvesting off of this, so I want to give you one last shot at that. Just a short program today, and it's going to be a delicious program. The end of an era for one thing, the end of these literally, and the beginning of an era. Oh, I was going like this, all grand. No, down here, of something new that I'm going to be trying out this year. That's what we have in the Voodoo Garden today. By the way, welcome. My name is Ray, my co-host Little R, and you can have a seat next to Little R. And I want to show you this before I snip them off. And by snip them off, I do mean harvest them. Yep, these are ready to go. Look at the color on this. Beautiful. These are called sweet habaneros or habanada. These are habaneros that I grow that have absolutely zero heat, but they have all the flavor of a regular habanero. Yep. They're not GMO or anything weird like that. They're just a plant that was developed by somebody who loves the flavor of habaneros, yet didn't want the heat of a habanero. This I've grown indoors. It's never seen the light of day. You've seen this if you tune in regularly. This is a single pepper plant with one main stem, and it forks off 3 different ways. I've been growing this. It's flowered. I've pollinated the flowers. You've seen that. The flowers. See? Yep, and it's still flowering. Yet what I'm going to do, I got to get this plant ready for being grown outside because it's going to be grown outside this spring if I can keep it alive long enough to go out into the garden this spring. I started it, it doesn't say when I started it. Nope, it doesn't. But I think it was just a few months ago. I started it from a seed from the habanero I grew last summer. So this is the child of that plant that I harvested the seeds from and made available on Little Shop of Seeds. Unfortunately, we are sold out because people want to grow this themselves. The good news is I will be growing this and harvesting seeds again. So if you missed out this last year, you will absolutely positively be able to get seeds this coming year. So if you want to grow this, bookmark your garden for next year. I will harvest the seeds from this as well as the main harvest coming up in summer, which is hundreds of times more than this little plant is going to produce. This little plant will turn into a monster and produce hundreds of times more peppers than it did here. Yes. Out of one seed, you could grow so many peppers that you'll be up to your ears in sweet habaneros. I wanted to let you see this before I harvest them because I need to harvest them right now. Green and orange, they're both edible right now. I need to harvest them so that I can get the flowers off, the peppers off, and focus the strength on the plant growing and getting even stronger for this spring. So this is the last time you're going to see fruit on this plant. I want to set this aside, and I have something else to show you that isn't quite so high. Let's just point the camera a little bit down. These I call the radish twins. Yep, we have Crimson Giant, and we also have White Icicle. They're not being grown as a standard radish. Most people do not grow radishes in their house, but I'm not most people, and hopefully neither are you. This is called a Crimson Giant, being grown in a little 6-inch pot. This is White Icicle, which looks similar to a daikon radish or daikon radish, yet it's not. It's smaller, it's more tender, it's mild flavored, so I've heard. I've never eaten or grown either one of these in my life, but I decided to grow them this time. Never seen the light of day, and normally you don't see this. And there's nothing normal about the Voodoo Garden. What happens is White Icicle is a long, tapered white radish. It looks similar to a carrot in a way, and it grows deeper. And it takes a little bit longer than the French breakfast or the Red Giant. It's supposed to take over a month. It has not, as of this filming, been a month. I planted them on the 9th of January. This is the 30th of January when I'm filming this program. Yeah, I film them a little bit in advance of when it's aired. So this is not quite a month, and I believe it's ready to be harvested. That's why I wanted to invite you here. This as well, the Red Giant, compared to my finger, I'm sure that the Crimson Giant, I said Red Giant, I mean Crimson Giant, is supposed to get even bigger, but I don't know how big it's supposed to get. Like I said, I've never grown these, but I figure it's time to harvest them. One reason I harvest them is because I need the room. Second, I don't want them to get overgrown and woody. I want to harvest them when they're ready. Now, this is something that I hope will encourage you. You can actually grow vegetables indoors, and I show you how. Not with miracle growing solutions that you can't possibly afford or have, just on a regular fluorescent light. And that's the thing, there are no windows in this room, so if I can grow them under just regular lights, if you have a sunny southern window, you can grow radishes indoors during the winter. It's snowing outside, it's cold, yet we have radishes. Now I'm going to pull this out right here for you. Now I could harvest the leaves and eat the leaves. I'm going to harvest the whole darn thing. So here we go. Live harvest just for you. Well, if it wants to let go, it does not want to go gently into that good night because it knows once I pull it out of the soil, I'm going to eat it. Yeah, that's what I do with my babies. Wow, nice root system. Now I'm going to just take the roots off, the dirt part here. Let go. There, we got the dirt off. This is grown indoors. Now, indoor growing can never compare to outdoor growing in quality and size and stuff, unless you have really crazy equipment. This is indoor grown Red Giant or Crimson Giant radish. What a beauty. And this is from Little Shop of Seeds. Of course, I'm going to advertise my website because this is where you can get these, and you can do this as well. I want to show you how to grow a lot of these things because maybe that'll encourage you to give them a try. Something that you may not have tried. A website can't really give you the up close and personal experience quite like a video when they just show a picture. Now this is the White Icicle. Wow, what a pretty radish. I love the color. Got the little roots coming down that I'm going to trim off. Now, by the way, the leaves, you can take the leaves, rinse them off, chop them up, eat them. They have a nice peppery flavor, a nice green radishy flavor, but the root is really good. Also, by the way, back in the dirt. If you ever want to grow radishes and you want to have something a little bit different, I've mentioned this before, you can allow them to grow and what's called bolt. What that means is it'll send up a stalk with flowers. Yes, it will. And those flowers will eventually turn into seed pods. You can eat the seed pods. Just snap them off and toss them into salads or stir-fry soups and stews, just like you would any other kind of vegetable in there. They're absolutely delicious, or eat them fresh right off the plant. Every part of a radish, every which way you look at it, is edible. There's nothing that goes to waste in this. Isn't that a beauty? It's a good day here in the Garden of Voo. Yes, it is. A delicious day, too. I hope it's a delicious day. What I want to do is I want to taste these. I've never tasted... I just hit myself with some water. Oh, that was fun. But I've rinsed these off. I want to give you my honest opinion, whether it's good or bad, but even though I may or may not like something, doesn't mean you will or will not like it. I just want to give you my honest opinion of these, and that's what I'll always do. That's what I tell folks. I may not always have the same opinion as you, but I'll always give you my honesty, and that's what I guarantee. Okay, I'm going to take these leaves off. These I'm going to share with the chickens. I could eat those, but I care for my birds. So I'm going to give them some fresh greens in the middle of winter. They're going to be surprised as heck when I walk out with these. Okay, this is the Crimson Giant. You know, when you bite into a radish in the winter, it makes you think of summer, or spring actually. That's good. You know, it has that peppery spice to it. Not super hot. You know how some radishes used to be really super hot? No. It has a little bit of spice to it that comes up and then it fades away really quick. A good, strong radish flavor. You know how I mentioned French breakfasts are very, very mild and delicate? Yeah, they have a mild, delicate crunch. They have a mild, delicate flavor. No heat at all. This one has a little bit more texture. It's not tough at all, but it has some good texture. It's white on the inside, crimson on the outside. It has a little bit of spice that us radish lovers love. It comes up a little bit, but then it goes down. It doesn't come up very high. So this, I know you're going to like. I'm going to finish this off upstairs. White Icicle. It has just a, you know what's different? This one started out down here, and then it went up a little bit with the flavor, and then sharply went down. This one, the Icicle, this is different. I've never had this before. You know what? This one started out just a nudge above where the Crimson did, and it just went up a little slowly, but it didn't go up very high. It went a little less high than this on the spice scale. It went up just a little bit, but it started out a little bit higher, and it went up just a tad, but then it just continued like this and slowly went down. That is nice. It's a very consistent flavor. Mild flavor. I like. You know, this would be good for cooking. Oh, this would be fantastic for cooking. So would this. But this, yeah. I like this. And, time to cough. But, you know what's weird? I think that these were supposed to take longer than they do. And also, I think they do get longer. But I don't know. I have no patience. And I saw it pushing up out of the soil like, Ray, eat me. So I decided to do this with deeper soil. This will push down. You can see where the root kind of curved over. That's where it hit the bottom of the pot. Now, if you have deeper soil, of course, it's going to go down deeper. This is nice. This isn't round. It's kind of oblong. I think they're supposed to be round, but you know, nothing's normal in the Voodoo Garden. Very nice. 2 more radishes in the Garden of Voo and also on Little Shop of Seeds. If you want to try them yourself, get a few. And they're not expensive. I mean, 55 cents for a whole packet of seeds. You can grow more radishes than you could possibly eat for 55 cents. You can't beat that. But the flavor, that's my honest opinion of flavor. I have not found radishes in as long as I can remember that I don't like. I love all kinds of radishes. I've never had a daikon radish or daikon radish. One year I may add that and grow those as well. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should? But for right now, we have 3 different kinds of radishes. French breakfast, and they're the quickest. The reds, the Crimson Giants, are supposed to take a little bit longer, but they were quick. I mean, come on, they're planted the 9th. This is the 30th. What is that, like 21 days? That's a little bit soon. And so that's really kind of nice. The same thing with these. They were supposed to take longer. I'm impressed. I'm very happy. And this is something you can do as well. Growing indoors, that's what we do in the Voodoo Garden. And it seems like the radishes are agreeing with the Voodoo Garden. You know what? I just wanted to sample these things out, try them out, let you know what I think. And in time for you to, if you want to try them for your garden in the spring, this way it gives you more than enough time to just think about it and see if you might want to grow these. Something you might want to consider in the Voodoo Garden. Well, next year, I may, since I know I can grow them, see, I didn't want to grow a whole bunch because I thought, well, what if I get all these spindly little radishes that kind of fall over? You know how you get those? Strong light, good soil, and plenty of soil. Now I know. Next year, I may get a trough and put it up by the light, a trough of dirt about maybe 10 inches deep, and just grow a whole bunch of these things. And that way I don't just have samples, I actually have a meaningful harvest of radishes. Pretty cool. In the Garden of Voo. That's all I got for today. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, post it in the comment section below. I'm always here for you. Always here for you. Until next time, this is Ray and his crunchy little delights. We're out of here.